20th of March, Monday. Let's discuss today market outlook through the TWB trading system, shall we? Let's go. Disclaimer applied. Now, China. Oh gosh, guys, China has fallen again. Now, this is very close to my level of 12,796 because that is the 50% Fibonacci level. And once it breaks below that, the market can come down all the way to 12,409. Now, why am I repeating concerning on China? Because China is the biggest exporter. And of course, if this economy is not going to do well, with the US now having problem, these two combined will definitely rock the entire world market. So that is the reason why I'm watching China very, very closely, because that will give me a very insightful direction of the Hang Seng. And of course, we've been shorting Hang Seng for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So to me, it's all right. Watching this is going to be very, very important. But of course, you can see back here, every time when the China market comes down to the 50 level, right? The 50 percentage level for the Fibonacci, it always rebounds. So let's hope that this stays. But when as a trader, when you notice that when this actually happen, right? Usually, the next time it ever tests and break below it, the selling can be pretty fast. So again, I'm pretty concerned right now. Now, during my preview, I have showcased how I forecast my market, and you can see that on Friday, all right, that's where I predicted the Dow Jones will have a bit of resistance at 32,335 level. Remember that? And exactly the high was basically, let me take a look at the high. The high was 32,342, 7 points, strike, boom, came down. And today, there's a very good chance we can see the Dow coming down to 31,411, okay? Pretty high chance, all right? So traders, be very careful on this, okay? And for the gold market, congratulations, guys. Gold is shooting up very nicely, okay? So where will gold go, right? So live now, I'm telling you this, gold will be going to 2022 pretty soon. Yes, indeed. Gold, because it closed above my 95% mark at 1971, and this morning you can see it purposely like a trampoline touches my level, rebounded beautifully. So I believe that we're going to see the next target going to 2022. Yeah, it is very, very possible to see that happening. So traders, take note of all this. These are very, very important information. I wish you that you actually will benefit from this, because I believe that this will happen, okay? So 2022 will be my target, and hope that you guys can make money out of this. Okay, gold and Dow away. Let's look at the market right now, shall we? Now, first of all, let's look at the Dow Jones first. Okay, Dow Jones today is selling off, and it has broke below my pivot 2, 31,682. That is pivot 2, which means that below OP, below pivot 2 is a sell. All right, it's been classic, it's been consistent. I believe we'll see 31,411 by this evening, okay? By evening, yeah? And because just now, you can see that it actually touches my MLP 32030 beautifully and then rejected. Now, we all know in TWB, if the market hit MLP and rejects, right, this is not a good sign at all. So you see that? The morning, the Dow Jones went up first, hit my MLP, cross, but it couldn't go beyond KTR plus 1. Now, all these levels are already constructed for you. You don't need to draw a single anything here. All the lines. And you look at the market, the way it stopped there, the way it breaks there and stop at all the technical point is amazing. And once it loses opening price and pivot 2, you can see the market just dive right down all the way 245 points. Now, the market has dropped quite a fair bit. Now, usually a lot of trading software wants you to buy, but not mine. I call you to sell instead. And until here itself, I mentioned 31,497 is a technical level, and you see it's happening right now. That's why the market rebound. But the thing is this, do you notice that it failed to stay above pivot 2? That means that there's a high chance the Dow can continue to go down, and crazy enough, we will see the very critical 31,411 level by this evening. Yeah, no joke. Now, of course, there are buying signs right now because it's very cheap. In fact, I just saw the RSI is at -6. I mean, at 6 level. My God, this is crazy. This is really insane numbers going on. And why am I happy? Well, because I've been telling you guys to be very, very careful on the Dow Jones, and it's really all happening. Now, today for the NASDAQ, is a DJDD, which means that once the market chooses one side, it will likely be going. And apparently today, once the market opened, it's a gap up on the NASDAQ this morning, and now it slammed down, broke the MLP, and broke pivot 2. So once again, once the market goes below pivot 2, it's always a sell signal, and it's happening right now. So where will NASDAQ go? Well, I already mentioned to my students that we will see the NASDAQ coming down to 12,343 because that's a BNB RL level. I believe that this will be the first support. And I believe that this support will hang on for a while. If the market breaks the BNB RL, my God, it will come down to 12,230, and that's MA30, and that is not a good sign because this is a very important support. Breaking this 12,230, it may go down all the way to 11,833 MA200, okay? But let's stick with now the BNB RL first as the first target. Now S&P 500, as I mentioned earlier in the previous video, I already said that S&P must break 3,900 today, and it's happening right now. And you can see CCYR is a sell signal with MA30 and above, MA200 above. Oh gosh, this is bad. And you look carefully, guys, look at my indicator, the MA200. Let me show it to you now. This is not a good sign. Take a look, guys. The market went up, broke the MLP first, but once it hit the MA200, look at it, it stopped there with 2 green dots there. That means that there'll be big movement coming in, either upside or downside. Apparently, the market chose downside, bang, the market sold down. Now, the crazy thing is this, look at it, from the highest point here to this point is down by 68 points, right? Which is quite a fair bit for S&P. But remember, I told you guys, below OP, below pivot 2, once it breaks, it will sell. And look at it, the market just slammed from the pivot 2 all the way by another, this, how many points is that? More than 20, wait a minute, more than 38 points. My goodness, 38 points selling, all right, just because it broke the pivot 2. So never fight with the pivot of TWB, okay? TWB pivot cannot be challenged because once it breaks, the selling will come. Similarly, once it breaks upwards, it will go up, right? So guys, be very careful on this. Now, S&P 500, how low can it go? Well, the 80% mark is a bear territory, it's 38.55. So I kind of believe that we may see this tonight, okay? I kind of believe that we'll see this tonight. So traders, please be careful because things can get really absurd, things can get very scary, and you don't want to miss a thing, okay, guys? This is no joking matter. Things can get very scary, and I feel that things will get so bad that some of us may freak out tonight, okay? Because things can get really insane, okay? All right, so be careful. All I can say is this right now. All right, moving away, let's look at the other market, Hang Seng. Oh gosh, now Hang Seng, in my opinion, is going to go down lower because now you can see very critical. Let me remove some of the lines away. Okay. Now the market is going to break this level, 18,889. It have tested it just now earlier. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. You can see that the Hang Seng actually tested that level right here. By right, once it breaks below, it's a sell. But the thing is, the market recovered it very fast. And you can see the boys came in to buy. And straight away, there was a rebound. But now, look at it. The market basically, from this point here, took about 55 minutes to go up by 175 points. And yet now, within less than 15 minutes, the market has pulled back. So this is actually a pump to dump. Oh gosh, that means that there is a chance for the Hang Seng to drop all the way to 18,699. Oh gosh, this is possible? Well, no, why not? It is possible, guys. So please consider all these numbers so that you can actually make the best out of this. Now guys, things are really getting very scary right now. I know that a lot of people may not have seen this style of selling of such a dramatic speed, but remember, everything must have come to the end because we have a very good run in Hang Seng back there. Remember that from this point here, all the way Hang Seng went up by 5,200 points in 37 days. So now, look at it from this point now, it's down by 35 days. Right, we are at about 3,800 points now. So I believe that we may really see this figure. Okay, so watch out for this, 18,699, all right? Okay, so moving on, we have the Nikkei. Now guys, Nikkei today rejected today's inverse pivot, by the way. Look at it, the pivot actually inverted, yeah? And the thing is this, look at the pivot, it touches the pivot and pull back, broke below MA200, tested it, and you look at the 5-minute. I can tell you this morning when I was showing my friends in Japan, I was telling them, go, be careful guys, be careful, because look at it. The Nikkei went up first, touches a pivot 2, couldn't go up. Now, inverse pivot usually once it hit the pivot 2 on top, it will pull back to the opening price. And my goodness, it's actually happening right now. And the thing is this, as we are speaking now, the Dow Jones is trading at 31,455. We are just 50 points away from the 31,411 level. Oh gosh, this is so insane. Now the thing is this, once it hit the MA200, the green dot appear, right? Look at it. And then the market sell down all the way. So which means that Nikkei has the possibility to trade all the way down to 26,508, which is from pivot 2 to pivot 1. And this is something that it happens with the TWB inverse pivots, okay? It does happen, just that the magnitude is insane, because from the highest point to the lowest point is 800 points. I've never seen such a phenomenon before, but I know it will happen, and I likely think that this will happen tonight. So traders, once again, this is a great session today. You really need to consider to join the TWB family if you are not one. And for all my students who have been our TWB student, today is a great revision and face right on to see the craziness of the market. This is no joking matter. All right, let's look at FTSE right now. FTSE have gapped down this morning, expected because of the UBS thingy. So now it's trading below the pivot 2, right? Slightly below. So how low can this go? Well, based on the numbers we're seeing right now, it is possible to see the market going down to 7,098, which happened to coincide with the KCB at 7107. So I believe that this is like going to happen soon, guys. 7098, okay, for FTSE. DAX, shall we take a look at DAX? Let's go. Now DAX also gapped down this morning. Now it's supported at KCB 14,516. Now guys, when we are talking about this DAX, we remember telling you this, once the DAX loses 15,322, we do expect it to come down to the 90th percent mark. Look at it, that's where exactly the market stopped there and rebounded. This is why the 5% rule is incredible. Look at it, this rebound on its own is 500 points. So which means now if the market has lost the 90% mark, how low the DAX will go? I tell you guys, if things get scary, if it breaks the MA200, it may go all the way down. That means that it may go down all the way to 13,857, which means that it's potentially another 600 to 700 points downside. Oh gosh. This is really insane. Can we buy cheap right there? Why not? If the market comes down to this point, I think you can buy some for technical reason. Yeah. Okay, we covered that. So let's look at the currency market. The dollar yen is continuing to plunge. That means the dollar is really coming off. Right? Let me find a dollar chart for you. Oh my God, this is really insane numbers. Let me find for you. Oh, it's not here. So I'm gonna bring it up, guys. Now you can see that our whatever we've been calling the last few months itself, saying that the market will come down, is all really happening. And of course, back then, many people think that we're insane, that we're crazy people. But look at it, guys. We let the numbers decide. And I believe VIX today will pump up to 30, 32, and it could test 34 by end of the week itself. And look at the dollar yen, the dollar itself. The dollar yen is coming down, but the dollar actually, interestingly, is staying up. Interesting. I thought the dollar would be down. So, okay, this is not a good sign. That means that internally, there's some problem happening. So what is happening right now? The market lost the pivot 2, which is very critical. Below OP, below pivot 2 is a sell. And it is happening. Even though for currency, the biggest market in the world, still it follows the pivot really to the tip. So guys, things is going to get crazy. 129.32 could be next. KSI, KRW, both are red. Not a good sign at all. Euro, let's take a look right now. Euro is also coming down. It gapped up this morning and now it has broke below the 85% mark and is testing all the stacks at 106.30 area. So Euro most likely will come down to test 1.0612. And if we go lower, we may see coming down to the BNB support level at 105. Now, honestly, we know that ECB increased interest rate. So by right, the euro should go up, which it did go up, right? But imagine if it breaks down and break 106, that means the market has no confidence with the current situation. And even you put more into it, it will not help at all. This is going to be really crazy, guys. This is no joking matter. So to me itself, things can get very crazy. So guys, what the 105, I think the euro may go there just because of the follow-through selling across the board. And last one for currency, that will be my pound. Kind of lost with my numbers here. Okay, pound gap up this morning and now it's pulling back now. 1.21 MLP should be the first target. But both KSI and KRW both are positive. I think the market may stop around here for time being. All right. Let's look at crude oil. Now, crude oil continue to go down. I've been telling you guys this. Crude oil, although it's a buy very soon, but wait for a while. It's going to test 63.47, and I believe 60 $3.80 will be a very good buy for crude oil because there are 3 KCB over there, and we all know that the signal pattern, we may see a market bottom out very soon. So guys, watch out for $60.80. I think that will be a very good price to buy some crude oil, okay? Both KSI and KRW, both are red, tells you that selling will likely persist further, okay? Now look at gold, shall we? Wow, gold is trading higher. Congratulations to those who have been following me. Now gold, likelihood will test 2012 today, most likely if this is going to continue. And of course, based on my calculation on the 5% retracement mark, we can see gold going for the 2022 level. Gold KSI is green, KCX is blank, though it's very bullish. So let's take some profit at 2012 first, then we see how much can it go, shall we? All right, how about silver? Let's take a look at silver. Silver is still pretty okay. It pulled back this morning down to $22.20, and now it's recovered. For silver itself, remember this commodity is not as vibrant as gold, so it will take its time and strive. I believe they go to $23 in this near term. And in fact, itself, right, I believe that about another potentially 2 to 3 months time, we can see silver going up to $24.65 because the dollar will likely be pulled back, because the concerning factor is that they need to print more money to save the day. So silver and gold, both of them, I believe will go higher. And for silver, about 3 to 4 months time, I do see $24.65. Now, how about Bitcoin and Ethereum? I'll be honest with you, Bitcoin, I totally got it wrong because I forgot that Bitcoin basically leveraged a lot on the dollar. So Bitcoin now is trading at 28,000. Guys, I'm totally wrong on this. I'm going to admit this. I know to lie about it. So to me, it's no problem. If you're buying, that's good, because we all know that Bitcoin is like an additional instrument to like for a substitute, right? So I only hope and pray that Bitcoin continues to stay up, because if Bitcoin do slam down, that means everything is out of the buy zone, then that will hit the NASDAQ pretty badly. So for the Bitcoin right now, right, the next target could be at 29,184, but I'm so sorry, I'm not going to call for buy this. I can be wrong totally. I'm fine with that. I don't think Bitcoin is a buy right now. You are chasing it right now, guys. It's like chasing to buy the Dow, which is coming down every single day. It's a bit scary right now for this Bitcoin, yeah? So leave it alone, yeah? Now Ethereum, well, Ethereum has already tested the pivot 2 beautifully, couldn't go down. KSI green, KCX blank. So most likely, guys, to see this Ethereum going back to 1852, or 1852, yeah, which is now 1785. So to me, that is the resistance I have for you at 1852. I think that is a good time to take some profit. You are long. For people to sell, not yet, because both indicators are positive right now. It's not good to sell. So for Bitcoin, same thing, guys. You don't sell Bitcoin or short Bitcoin. You wait for a while, let it pull back by its own, and we see how it goes from there. All right. So this session is long because I covered so many things. I've shared so many stuff, guys. Quickly share your friends and then join the TW community. Okay. This is Cal signing off. Bye bye.